So a whole bunch of leaks just came out from the Federal Trade Commission when the FTC had access during the court battle over the Activision Blizzard acquisition from Microsoft, which it still pissed me off that Microsoft won. They were able to buy Activision because balance of power and all that, and Microsoft becoming a monopoly, and a whole bunch of leaks and upcoming projects from Microsoft, and Microsoft's next gen console coming in 2028, which is way too early to be talking about the 10th gen consoles, but there are leaks now, so I'm going to talk about it. So there was a leak that Microsoft actually thought about buying Nintendo. Like, they planned to buy Nintendo back during the original Xbox, during the GameCube era, during the 6th gen. But Microsoft ended up just buying Rare instead. And just like with the Activision Blizzard buyout, I am totally against Microsoft buying Nintendo because Microsoft is feeling power hungry than ever because Microsoft wants to buy Nintendo. Microsoft is something I'm thinking about it, and Microsoft already bought Activision, for fuck's sake. And Activision is a huge company in the video game industry. And Call of Duty is one of the most popular video game franchises ever. So Microsoft has so much power now. And that's very concerning that even people on the left who doesn't give a shit about video games at all are totally against the Activision Blizzard buyout from Microsoft. And because it's going to become because Microsoft is going to become a monopoly and have too much power, and I'm concerned about that. What were some of the leaks that were leaked out? Well, there was Elder Scrolls 6, which was pretty bizarre that Bethesda, announced the project 5 years ago when that game still isn't even in development yet. Elder Scrolls 6, so... And a remaster of Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Fallout 3. Those were one of the leaks from Microsoft of upcoming projects from Microsoft. And Doom, I think first year or whatever it's called. So is it kind of like Batman Year 1 or something? I'm a bit confused. And it's DLC. And I'm pretty disappointed that a Quake reboot, because Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are fantastic, and Wolfenstein: The New Order is a fantastic game. And they did a good job of rebooting classic first-person shooters fantastically, and I want Quake to get the Doom 2016 treatment. I do want Quake get that same treatment, so I'm disappointed about that. And my thoughts on a Fallout 3 remastered and an Elder Scrolls Oblivion remastered is not a bad idea. Not that bad of an idea. It's just a remastered, not a remake. But one thing I would like is a remake of Elder Scrolls Arena and Elder Scrolls Daggerfall, because those games aged like hell right now. Like those games are way dated, and I would like remakes of Elder Scrolls Arena and Daggerfall. That's what I would like. Even though I don't fall for leaks, those leaks that were revealed by the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, they seem legit. Then there was a leak that reveals what another console from Microsoft, which is a digital Xbox Series X, because the Series S doesn't have the same specs as the Series X, and the Series X is more powerful. So, the one that leaked, the Xbox that's leaked, it looks like an Amazon Echo. That's what it looks like. And it's a digital only Xbox Series X. It has the same specs, which is what Microsoft should have released back in 2020, because the Xbox Series S should have the same specs as the Series X. I get it, affordability. It's kind of like Microsoft's own 32X, which was meant to be the affordable option. Like, that's what Sega meant back during the 32X. Like, the 32X was the affordable option from the Sega Saturn, which the 32X should have been its own console, which Sega did plan, but it was cancelled when the 32X failed. The leaks didn't reveal what the 10th gen Xbox would look like at all, which makes sense because the 10th gen consoles are probably 5 years away, so we shouldn't be talking about rumors about the next gen consoles just yet at all. The PlayStation 6 and the next gen Xbox, we shouldn't be talking about those yet, because the PS5 and Series X and the Series consoles are only 3 years old, so almost 3 years old. It's still 2 years old, but it's gonna be 3 years old in a few months, so it's gonna come out in 2028, which gives the Xbox Series consoles 8 years, which the 360 lasted for 8 years. So because the 360 came out in 2005 and the Xbox One came out in 2013, so makes sense why the Series X would be Microsoft's main console for 8 years instead of 7 or 6. Makes sense. So those are the leaks. Like, usually I don't fall for leaks, but I think this time I actually do believe it. It feels like something that could be true, that we could get an Oblivion remastered and we could get a Fallout 3 remastered. Not a remake, but a remastered. Which, there are things I do want that are leaked, like a Quake reboot, like Doom 2016, or remakes of Elder Scrolls Arena and Daggerfall, but we didn't get leaks like those, so those are a whole bunch of leaks that just came out. And this is the Film Buff Gamer Guy signing out. Have a good one.